your smile, love is sunshine.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Lexi. If you're new, then hey. If you're existing, then hey. Welcome to my channel. I really do appreciate your support. And if you're new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thumbs up this video so I know that you like it. So if you're here, you're looking for car insurance. And I'm your girl for that. So I used to work as a licensed insurance agent. I worked for 2 years. For 2 years. 2013 I started working as an insurance agent. I worked for State Farm. So I wanted to give my tips because I know a lot of people don't know about insurance. I didn't know about it until I started actually working in insurance. I also did a video about purchasing a vehicle and what you should consider. So that link will be down below, and I'll put it at the end of this video as well so that you can see it and you can make an informed decision. So first things first, let's define what insurance is and what the purpose of it is. I know that may sound silly, but a lot of people don't know. So especially if you're like a new driver or new to insurance. So we're just going to define it first, and then I'll explain exactly what it is in layman's terms. My internet in my house is like something's wrong with it, and I'm really mad about it because I needed to film something. Well, I needed to do something. Okay. So it says, a practice or arrangement which a company or government agency provides a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage, illness, or death in return of payment of a premium. Alright, so basically insurance is you pay a premium, you pay each month, and you pay into it just so you can have security and it's in case something goes wrong. Basically, that's what insurance is. Insurance is based all around risk. So how much a risk you are to the company that's willing to insure you. So that's what is taken into consideration. Whether it's your driving record, whether it's your age, where you live, it's always about risk. That's the main purpose of insurance. Insurance just backs you up in case something does happen, such as an accident, such as whatever it may be. You know, you have life insurance, you have other types of insurance, but this is based off of auto insurance. What I'm going to say in this video is based off of Georgia. Each state has different insurance limits, different things that have to be included into your insurance policy. I did work for I was insured I was licensed in about 10 different states, but I'm only licensed in Georgia now. So if you have any questions about other states or anything, put it down below and I will answer you. So yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. How this video will be set up is I'm going to do a demonstration of a quote online. I'm going to explain each question. I'm going to explain each coverage and what each coverage means. And then I will get back on and give you all 5 tips for insurance and what I feel like is a good, what you should consider when shopping for car insurance. So stay tuned, guys. All right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and go through the quote. I already put in information already. I put in all of this. So just Georgia in general and this. All right, so I chose a Tesla because I like Teslas. Okay, so the insurance company wants to know whether you own the vehicle, lease it, or finance it, because it's different coverages for each one. So we'll get more into that when we get to the actual coverages. And then for primary use of vehicle. So if you're using the vehicle for pleasure, you may drive less. If you have like a convertible that you just drive sometimes, you'll drive that less than the vehicle that you commute with. So they need to know this because your rates can vary and change based off of that. Also for business as well, because if you use it for business, you're driving a lot more. Then estimated mileage. Just so you know, the average person does drive 12,000 miles a year. If you drive more than that, you need to let your insurance company know. If you drive less, don't try to lie and act like you drive way, way, way less, because some insurance companies will ask for proof that you are. They're just going to say, no, we don't have another vehicle. All right, we get to the driving history part. So the driving history, a lot of insurance companies are different. So it's really based off of the insurance company. But Geico asks for accidents in the last 5 years, your traffic tickets in the last 5 years, DUIs in the last 10 years, and suspensions in the last 10 years. So you need to be honest about this because most times they can see it. I don't think State Farm goes back that far on the extra application. I think they go back like 5 years, and then underwriters may find something later on and contact you, but it's not that extensive. So I'm just going to put no so we can get to the main part. They always ask about your previous insurance company because they want to make sure that you don't have an actual lapse in coverage. So yeah, no one wants to have a lapse in coverage. So you have to, if you have a lapse in coverage, it just shows that you did drive uninsured, and it makes you more of a risk. So take that into consideration. You know, if you've had like 2 years or 3 years where you haven't had insurance at all, you need to take that into consideration, because the insurance companies will raise your rates because of that. I've seen it so many times. All right, and they also ask if you've ever did a defensive driving course like in the past 3 years. So if you did a defensive driving course, it gets you a discount. When I was working at State Farm, it wasn't a huge discount, so I can't really say like, oh, it was so great or something like that. It was just like, okay, you did you did it, and you get like 5% off. It was never anything serious to the point where I felt like I needed to do it myself. So all right, so these are the actual coverages. So we'll discuss each one of these. So we have bodily injury liability, and then you have property damage liability. So with bodily injury liability, it just covers, like it covers, I'm losing my train of thought, guys. It covers the other person. So in case you get into an accident and you're at fault, it pays out to fix the other person's vehicle or either to help with their hospital bills. So bodily injury is just what it says, bodily injury. Property damage is the actual damage that that happened to the vehicle. This will vary per state. In Georgia, the limits are 25. Oh Lord, hold on. It's 25, 50, 25. Those are the limits. Whatever state you're in, the lowest limits will be what you need to be legal. We do require that you just get higher limits, because a lot of times what is required from a state is not an adequate amount of coverage in case something does happen. So what this means is, so you will see it'll say 25, 50, and then 25, and it'll have a slash. This means that this is $25,000 per accident, up to $50,000, and then $25,000 for property damage. So if it's 4 people in the car, it will pay $25,000 worth of their hospital bills per person, but only up to $50,000. So that's what that means. So if you own your vehicle outright, you can choose whatever limits you want to choose because it's your vehicle. Most times when you have a loan, you can choose whatever you want to choose for liability as well. But for leased vehicles, a lot of companies want you to have 100,000, 300,000, 50,000. So you have to take that into consideration. You have to ask however you get your vehicle, whether it's financing or you lease it, you need to ask those questions like, what coverage do I have to have? Because 100, 350 will run you higher than the lowest limits. Next thing is medical payments. So you can choose this. In some states it is mandatory. I think in New York it was mandatory. But this is just in case you get into an accident, regardless of who's at fault for the accident, it pays off for hospital bills. It pays off for your hospital bills. So if you have like your neck hurting, your back hurting or something like that, it just pays that out for you. Now you can choose to get this here in Georgia. It's not mandatory. Uninsured motorist coverage. So these are both uninsured motorists, bodily injury, and property damage. Same thing as liability. So uninsured motorists, basically, the same titles as liability, but uninsured motorist covers you in case you get into an accident with someone who does not have insurance. So say someone hits your vehicle and leaves the scene, uninsured motorists will also pay for that as well. So you want to have coverage because if somebody hits your vehicle and they leave, you have to pay that yourself. Like their insurance company is not going to pay it for you, so you have to pay it. Their liability won't pay it. So I do suggest getting this just in case, because you never know what could happen, and you choose your limits the same. So this just means $50,000 for each person, up to $100,000, and then $30,000 for property damage. This one has the $250 deductible for this property damage. So if you do get into an accident, your vehicle has damage, and the person leaves the scene, or the person does not have insurance, then you pay the $250 deductible, and Geico will pay up to $30,000 for your damages. All right, so these coverages, if you own your vehicle outright, you really don't have to worry about these. But if you do have a loan or a lease, you will have to worry about them. Comprehensive is things you have no control over. You hit an animal in the road, a tree falls on your vehicle, theft, vandalism, hell. So anything like that, you pay your deductible and then Geico will pay the rest for you to have your vehicle fixed. So sometimes you'll see where somebody like may have had their car vandalized or something happened to it and they weren't able to pay the deductible. So that's why you see some people cars are just like messed up on the road and they don't care, like bumper hanging off, all type of stuff. Collision is if when you get into an accident with another person, you're at fault for the accident and you need your vehicle fixed. So that's the same thing why you see people cars not fixed, because they have a higher deductible. So you choose your deductible anywhere from $50 to $2,500. The higher you go with your deductible, the lower your payments will be. I suggest $500 because it's just more obtainable than like $1,000 unless you have it like that. But a lot of when you finance a vehicle, a lot of lenders will require you to have a $500 deductible because it's more like a lot more people can afford that compared to the higher deductibles. Emergency road service. And also, if you do own your vehicle outright, I do suggest that you get comprehensive anyway, because you never know what can happen. Someone steals your vehicle, anything. Comprehensive is not as much as collision is. Collision is really high. Like, it runs your bill up really, really high. But comprehensive alone is not that high. Emergency road service, I do suggest this as well because you never know what could happen. You need gas. Always get emergency road service, and it's normally really cheap. I know at State Farm is really cheap. Rental reimbursement. So this is in case you get into an accident and your vehicle has to go to the repair shop and you need a rental while it's in the repair shop. So it'll cover a certain amount per day. So $50 per day up to $1,500, $45 per day. So it just varies. So this is everything. If you have any questions, you know what to do. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give you all my tips now. All right, y'all. So let's talk about these tips for car insurance. So I wrote them down in my handy dandy notebook. Y'all already know. I wrote these yesterday while I was at work. So, okay. First things first. Number one, do not compare yourself to others. Don't call the insurance company talking about my auntie, my uncle Puka, my sister pay $50 a month. If we stay in the same neighborhood, why don't I pay $50 a month? You cannot do that. Everybody is different when it comes to insurance. They pull your credit when it comes to insurance, so it may be because of credit. It may be because of where you live, even if y'all live in the same neighborhood. It may be your driving record. It may be something that you previously had on there. So don't compare yourself and don't think, oh, I'm not going with this insurance company because my cousin paid $50 with them and I'm not going with them because they tried to play me or whatever the case may be, because that's not always the case. Okay, so get that through your head. You are not someone else. That's the same thing with buying a car. You are not someone else. You know, like, oh, he only paid $1,000 down. You may not be that person. You may not be that lucky. That may be their blessing and not yours. So you have to take that into consideration. Number two, know what you need before you call. Use my video and know what you need. Some bigger insurance companies such as State Farm, Geico, Progressive, Allstate, not even all of those though, but I know State Farm for sure will explain coverages to you so you can make an informed decision and choose what is best for you. Some insurance companies don't care. They just want your money. So they'll give you some bullshit limits. They'll, skip out on stuff to make your payments cheaper. And sometimes you don't know how bad you need insurance until you get into an accident and you're like, dang, I don't have rental car coverage, or dang, I don't have emergency road service, or I don't have this. So make sure you're going through your policy with a fine-tooth comb and you're knowing exactly what you need. Educate yourself. Google is out here. My video is out here. So educate yourself and find out what it is that you need for your particular vehicle and for your needs themselves. Look for deals, so bundles. A lot of times insurance companies will give you a deal if you have homeowners and auto insurance. If you have renter's insurance and auto, life insurance. Insurance companies offer a lot more than what the eye can see. A lot of people think that insurance companies just offer auto insurance, but if you bundle those packages together, like if you have your home, life, renters, whatever together, it lowers your premium significantly. Don't lie to your insurance rep. Number 4. What to say about this, because sometimes people will call in and they will lie and be like, my license isn't suspended, and then we get all the way to the end, I can see that your license is suspended. If your license is suspended, I'm not gonna speak. Well, if your license is suspended, you need to let your insurance rep know offhand, because yeah, with State Farm, they can insure people that have an suspended license, but some other insurance companies can. So before you even waste your time and your breath, we're going through a whole quote, and they find out that your license is suspended, you need to just tell the truth. For tickets, it depends on how long the ticket has been on your record. So I wouldn't recommend, I don't know, I don't say anything until they find it, because sometimes people will call in and they'll call in and then it wouldn't even be on their record. So if it's not on your record, then if it's like 10 years out, 11 years, 12 years out, why would you say something? You know, so if it's recent, like, okay, I just got a ticket yesterday, or I got a ticket 5 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, you know it's gonna be on your record. So just say it, just admit to it. A lot of times tickets don't really affect you, depending on like your credit and everything, and also depending on if what type of ticket it is. Speeding tickets will increase your premium a lot. Like reckless driving tickets, all those type of tickets, like where you were speeding or did something crazy, it will affect your premium. But stuff like improper lane change sometimes won't really mess you up too bad. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and then I have one more tip. If you're young, if you're like 20, 19, 18, trying to get insurance, you may want to consider being put onto your parents' insurance, because sometimes it's just cheaper that way. If your parent has had insurance with the company for 10 years, 8 years, and they add you on, it'll still be your own policy underneath your name, but it'll you'll get the discounts from your parents. It like trickles down. Sometimes it's just cheaper that way than you trying to go get your own insurance policy on your own. So see if you can talk to some family members and see if they'll be able to help you, and you can be added on to their policy. So those are my tips for insurance. Like I said in the intro, if you have any questions or want to know anything else, put it down below. I hope you all have a great day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all so much. Check out this video about buying a new vehicle, or buying your first vehicle, or buying your second vehicle, or buying your third vehicle. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, guys. Oh, I forget. I always say this in all my other videos, but now I forget to say it. Don't forget to love yours, love yourself, love who you are, because you're beautiful just the way you are. Don't let anybody tell you any different. Okay, I know sometimes we get caught up in, oh my God, I'm not this person and I'm not that person, but hard work will take you way more than looks could ever take you. So just trust and believe in yourself, and do what you need to do to get to where you want to go. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye, guys.